Good morning, people, wherever you may be. It's a awesome day in Cape Town today. Check this out. Cape Townians always show people the mountain. It's just one of those things. I wanted to share with you something piece of wisdom I received over the weekend. I went to go see a good friend and mentor of mine, Dinesh, who is one of the co-founders or CEO of Orderin, a ordering company that is making proper waves here in SA. Started a couple of years ago, and their growth has been incredible. They're seriously on the road to greatness, and the path which he's been on in the last few years, and he'll be sharing a lot of this through some content he's going to be producing later on, is really inspiring. And we went to have breakfast the other day, and I was chatting to him about my year and stuff, and we're just kind of sharing, how our years have been. I don't know if you guys have felt the same, but this year for me is kind of very much flown by, and I felt like I've been stuck in what I call, what he calls a washing machine. And I've been in a deep space of exploration around path and purpose, and where I want to focus my energy next year and for the next 5 to 10 years. And in doing this year, and while the exploration is great, and I've traveled and I've been to many places, chatted to many people, been to conferences, and gone really deep into kind of trying to understand how I want to serve the world, I have felt that I've been stuck in what he calls, and it was brilliant, he called it like a washing machine. And it's a metaphor I wanted to share with you guys, because I think sometimes we all get stuck there. And if you're a creative brain like me, sometimes we think so big and we think so far ahead. Like I'm already, picturing the tech elements, that's going to come 5 years down the line. And it almost becomes overwhelming, and you get kind of just go round and round and round, and you take people's opinions on, and you listen to and there's a fine line between taking on opinion and making your own decision. And it was quite funny. He was saying to me, is like, we're all holding this trigger that has essentially your escape button. And while you're going around in this washing machine of life, the only thing that's going to make you stop and escape, and it's totally easy because he's almost like, I can see you, you're holding onto it. You just have to press that button, and the only thing that's going to make you press that button is a decision, is deciding, is making that decision that this is what you're going to do, and that's what you're going to focus on, and to be completely 100% behind that decision, and to make that decision from your heart space, where you get so much joy and enthusiasm and excitement from that decision that it's almost like a no-brainer. And he also brought up Warren Buffett. I'm sure you guys probably heard this. He's got this 3-step 5-25 rule, where he says write your 25 career goals, vocation goals for the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years, however you want to look at it, and for your life essentially, and then pick the top 5 and only focus on those. All these guys, whether you listen to a lot of podcasts, also the same thing. I heard Kevin Hart was being interviewed by Tim Ferriss the other day. Kevin Rose, who's an investor and entrepreneur in Silicon Valley, has done some amazing things. And he said, I love his quote, he said, I spent my 20s, in my 20s I said yes to everything, and it built me a career. And in my 30s I said no, and that maintained and kept my career. And I think that was so poignant because, those who know me, I think we get, and there's so much choice with the power of the internet, and we are living in the greatest time we could possibly live. We're more connected than we ever could be. There's so much choice, there's so many options, there's so much that we can do, we can apply. Longer are you kind of doing this skill set and then going into this career. I was playing a game of golf with Julien, who runs Work & Co, a super successful recruitment business in Paris that he sold. And he was saying it's quite crazy how, when he was still working in Paris as a head recruiter, people would, do finance, and they'll get a better finance job, and then a better finance job, and a better finance job. And now here, people are doing like going from waiters, and then they'll suddenly go into marketing, and then they'll jump into like on the product side. And I think that's just the signs of the times that we live in. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think the most important thing that you can do leading up to next year is making that decision. Goals and setting your intentions and waking up every day is obviously and the next thing, more important thing is once you've decided is once you've made that decision is to have the discipline to not let anything waver you or push you off that path, off that decision. So whether you use Warren Buffett's 525 rule, whether you use John DeMartini's values exercise and you create a framework for which you make all your decisions, each to their own, and you'll all find your own way of doing that. And I'm happy to share links to each of these things below on how to do those things, and they can help you through that. But it's so simple, and we know it. And no matter how many podcasts or how many of these great guys you listen to, they all say the same thing. And Dinesh was sharing that with me on Sunday. And until you decide, you'll always be stuck in this washing machine of life. And until you have, and unless you back that up with discipline, that decision just won't amount to anything. And it was super, great to hear. And I wanted to share it with you guys. And I've been thinking about it for the last few days and how best to share it. And so to give you guys an update, those of you who know, I recently rebranded my company, Three Blind Mice, to Marcia Consulting. And my consulting will always be the thing, I think, while I build the second part of my business, it'll always be the thing that keeps my brain energized. I love sharing messages, and I love helping brands expand, and I love creating stories. I'm here today at Africa Arena. The first day, we're helping them create a brand story about the incredible work that they're doing around building a African tech ecosystem here in South Africa. It's the second year they're doing it, and it kicks off tomorrow and Friday. So if you guys actually have some time and you want to pop in, I think the tickets are quite cheap and for locals, and it's definitely worthwhile if you play in that space. But the thing that I've been battling to decide on is, while I'm doing the consulting, is the one thing that's always I love doing, and is probably one of my highest excitements, is creating experiences and gifting experiences to people. Now, a lot of you know I've done that through music. I've done that through taking people to unique places like Africa Burn, etc. And I've decided, and it feels quite great and scary at the same time to say that I'm going to be building an experiential travel arm to our business. My mission in life is to ensure that the world generally has better experiences. So in my consulting, I help businesses improve their customer experience and internal employee experience. And I work a lot with my brother up in Joburg, who's a change management consultant, people like John Sane, who does amazing work around the future of HR. But on the experience side is that I really believe that people having great experiences, whether locally or abroad, is the key to life and the key to a rich life. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be, although I'm focusing on a more kind of luxury space, because at the end of the day, that's where I really feel that my craft can be best used and served. But essentially, I'm going to be building a network across the globe. I've already started, of experienced creators and the best of, in every shape and form, who you'll be able to tap into when traveling or when locally, to be able to just open the city and open new adventures and opportunities. And whether it's not just on the kind of the bucket list stuff, but more on the transformational side, on the personal side, on the introspective side, and also on the career side. And I know I'm being quite vague at the moment, because to be honest, I'm still deciding and refining on what exactly it is. But I'm going to be working with amazing people such as those who know him locally, Ozan from African Travel Designer, who's doing some incredible stuff here locally in Cape Town, Brittany and Ian, who are from Sideways Explorer, and many others who are really creating and curating amazing experiences locally and abroad, and it's my intention and highest excitement to kind of pull them all together, so when you travel or when you are going to different destinations across the globe, and I'm more talking about off the wall and slightly unique destinations like Morocco, Ubud, we're looking at Mongolia, Iceland, etc., that you'll be able to tap into a network of people that will make that whole trip just way more richer, way more personalized, and way more aligned to the things that excite you. Working a lot with different psychology studies that help us understand exactly what makes you feel excited and what makes you tick and what makes you come alive, so that when you are going to these destinations, we can connect you with the right experiences and people and things to do. So yeah, I've decided it's been quite the journey, and it comes with everything. I think I've decided to get back into gym and get my body in shape, and because those challenges of pushing yourself through those reps or pushing yourself through that last set is all plays a part in like pushing yourself in business, pushing yourself in life. And I think it's a decision you've got to make across all things: what you eat, the language you use, the way you portray yourself online, the things you share, the people you associate with, the people you invest your time and energy with. And yeah, it's been really important for me to work out how I want to put myself forward next year, because, you know, a lot of you have known me as Pat, the guy that organizes parties, and Pat, the guy that organizes music, and sure, I'll still probably do those things, but only if they fulfill my greater purpose and feed the top 5 objectives and career aspirations that I have for the next 5 years. So with that said, I hope you guys got a little bit of value from this. I wanted to say massive thanks to Dinesh for that inspiration. He will be unpacking a lot of great tips and nuggets over the next coming months, which I'm hoping to help him with, around the journey that he's had with Ordering. And let me tell you guys, fuck me, they have got the most incredible story. And you know, you see these businesses appearing and, you know, rocking up at your door, delivering you food, but you have no idea on the effort and the journey that these guys go on. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's so much that I want to share, but I don't know if I can share, so I'm going to wait until I can, just before I don't get myself into trouble. But keep an eye out for them. They're on the path to serious greatness, and so I just wanted to send gratitude to Dinesh for that chat and for that message today, which I'm sharing with you guys. So have a kick-ass week, people. Have a beautiful beautiful day, and yeah, be grateful. Gratitude is the most important thing you can have in a day, and I know it's all deep and meaningful, but it is so true. If you can wake up feeling grateful for the things that you have, and the things that you, especially the parts in your life that you are really battling with and that are challenging you, you'll be in a lot better place tomorrow. I want to leave you with this one quote here. Fuck, who said it? He was like talking about the life of an entrepreneur, and he says, today is bad, tomorrow is worse, but the next day is much better. But the problem is most people quit tomorrow night. And I thought that was like, so today is bad, tomorrow is going to be even worse, but the next day is going to be much better. But 90% of people quit tomorrow night. And yeah, what decision are you going to make today that'll help you get through tomorrow? So guys, have a kick-ass week, man. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. See you guys soon. Ciao.